I don't think I've seen anything like it since Messi.
He's the chosen one.
Yeah.
He's the chosen one after Messi.
The best player in the world right now is Lamine Yamal.
I think he's the best player in the world, to be honest.
The 17-year-old, I think, is doing things that no other 17-year-old's ever done in football. Think at the moment. I don't know if there's anyone more exciting to go to the stadium and watch right now.
Per la parada mundial, la passada a l'esquena per Lamine Yamal, es frena en sec, Lamine carrega la cama, aguanta Lamine, prova el xut, gol, 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 gol.
Lamine Yamal is 18 years old. 18. Read that again. He's already won a European championship with Spain. He's already embarrassed some of the best defenders on the planet at the highest level of football. And he did it while most lads his age were worrying about their exams. And here's the thing that nobody tells you. It wasn't magic. It wasn't some gift from the football gods that you either have or you don't. It was 5 specific skills. 5 things that Yamal has developed to an elite level. 5 things that make defenders look absolutely clueless when they try to stop him. And 5 things that you can actually train and get better at. But before we get into it, I need you to understand something first. Most players who struggle to beat defenders are not struggling because they lack pace. They're not struggling because they haven't learned some flashy rainbow flick they saw on social media. They're struggling because they don't understand what actually makes a defender uncomfortable. And once you understand that, once you really get it, everything changes. Think about the last time you tried to take someone on. What happened? You probably went at full speed, telegraphed exactly what you were about to do, and the defender just shifted their weight, moved their foot, and the ball was gone. Sound familiar? That's not a skill problem. That's a knowledge problem, and we're about to fix it. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly what Yamal does that defenders hate. You're going to have 5 clear, trainable, practical skills. And you're going to know how to go out tomorrow and actually work on them. Not just watch videos and feel like you've improved, actually improve. So let's start at the beginning. Let's start with the one thing that determines everything else. This is it. This is the big one. If you only take one thing from this entire video, make it this. Body manipulation is the art of making your body say one thing while doing another. It is the single most important skill a winger or attacking player can have, and it is the reason why Yamal makes defenders look like they're standing in wet concrete. Here's how it works at the most basic level. A defender doesn't react to the ball. A defender reacts to your body. They're watching your hips, your shoulders, your knees, because those are the parts of your body that move before the ball does. So if you can make your hips go one way and the ball go the other, the defender is already beaten before the ball has even moved. Watch Yamal carefully next time. Not the ball him. Watch the moment just before he does something. You'll see his upper body drift slightly in one direction. His shoulders drop, his hips open, and the defender bites. The defender shifts their weight. And then in a fraction of a second, Yamal goes the other way, and there's a meter of space that wasn't there before. That meter is all he needs. That's the game. Now, how do you actually train this? The first thing you need to do is slow everything down. Most young players think beating a defender is about going fast. It isn't. It's about being fast at the right moment. The setup, the bit where you manipulate the defender, is often slow. Controlled. You're drawing them in like fishing. And then the acceleration, the burst, that's the strike of the hook. Here's a drill you can do on your own, right now, with just a ball and a few cones. Set up one cone as a fake defender about 3 meters in front of you. Approach the cone slowly, maybe at 40 to 50% of your full speed. When you're about 1.5 meters away, lean hard to your left. Really exaggerate it. Your shoulder goes down, your hips turn, your whole upper body commits to going left. Then push the ball right with the outside of your right foot and accelerate. That's it. That's the basic movement. Do it 20 times to each side. Then do it again tomorrow and the day after. Because repetition is what makes it instinctive. In a real match, you won't have time to think, okay, now I lean left. Your body needs to just do it. That only comes from doing it thousands of times in training. The more advanced version of this is what Yamal does. He layers fake body movements. He'll lean left, then lean right, and then go left again. He sets up a pattern and then breaks it. Defenders hate this because they've already been fooled twice and now they don't know what to believe. Their brain is basically short-circuiting. There's a term for this in football psychology. It's called information overload. You're giving the defender so much information that they freeze. They hesitate. And hesitation, even for half a second, is all you need. One more thing about body manipulation that almost nobody talks about: your eyes. If you always look in the direction you're about to go, experienced defenders will read you. Yamal keeps his head up, but rarely gives away his intentions with his eyes. Practice looking towards one side while planning to go the other. It feels weird at first. It becomes second nature very quickly. Okay, you've drawn the defender in. You've manipulated their body. Now what? Now you need to actually move the ball. And if your touch is heavy, if the ball bobbles a meter away from your foot, it doesn't matter how good your body feint was. The defender recovers. The moment is gone. This is where close control comes in. And this is something Yamal has that is genuinely extraordinary for his age: his ability to keep the ball extremely close to his body while moving at pace. Not just standing still juggling, moving, changing direction, accelerating, and the ball stays right at his feet like it's attached. The reason this matters so much is space. In modern football, especially at youth and amateur level, space is tiny. You don't get 3 meters to take a touch and compose yourself. You get half a meter, maybe less. If your touch isn't sharp and tight, you simply don't have time to do anything useful with the ball before a defender is on you. So here's what you need to understand about close control. It's not about how good you are at juggling. It's about 3 specific things: the weight of your touch, the surface of your foot you use, and the direction of your first touch. Weight of touch: when you receive the ball or when you move it in a dribble. The ball should be dying as it reaches the optimal position for your next move. Not rolling away, not stuck under your foot. It should land at exactly the right distance, close enough to control, far enough to be in motion. This feels almost impossible at first, and then suddenly clicks after enough repetition. Surface of foot. Yamal uses every single surface: the inside, the outside, the laces, the sole. Most players at youth level use the inside of their foot for almost everything because it feels safe and controlled. But the outside of the foot is what unlocks elite close control because it lets you change direction without taking an extra step. That's huge. Every extra step you take when dribbling gives the defender time to adjust. The outside of the foot cuts that down massively. Direction of first touch. This is the one almost nobody thinks about at your age. When you receive a pass, your first touch shouldn't just kill the ball. It should put the ball somewhere useful. If a defender is on your right shoulder, your first touch should take the ball left and away from them. Your first touch is already your first dribbling move. Yamal rarely takes a neutral first touch. Every touch has a purpose, a direction, a plan. To train this, get a wall and a ball. Stand about 2 meters away. Pass the ball against the wall and control the return with the outside of your foot, directing it left. Do it again, direct it right. Move slightly further away, move slightly closer. Now try to do it while staying in a low, athletic stance, your knees bent, your weight on the balls of your feet. Now try it faster. Now try it with your weaker foot. Do this for 15 minutes every day, and within a month your close control will be noticeably better. Not slightly better, noticeably better. The players who actually do this are the ones who look like they've suddenly gotten naturally talented. There's no talent. There's just the work they did when nobody was watching. Right? We need to talk about something that separates good players from great ones, and it's not what most people think. It's not top speed. It's pace variation. Lamine Yamal is fast. He runs the 40-meter sprint in around 4.9 seconds, which puts him among the quickest players in world football. But here's the dirty secret. That top speed isn't actually what beats defenders most of the time. What beats defenders is the difference between his slow speed and his fast speed. The contrast, the gear change. Think about it this way. If you're running at 100% the whole time, a defender can track you. They can match your speed, maintain their position, and stay goal side. But if you're jogging at 30% and then suddenly you explode to 100% in 2 steps, that change is almost impossible to defend. The defender's body can't respond that quickly. Their weight is set, their feet are planted, and they're already a meter behind. This is exactly what Yamal does. He has a browsing speed, kind of casual, relaxed, almost slow, that he operates at when he's not in danger. And then he has an attack speed, explosive, committed, all out, that he hits when he spots the moment. And the transition between the two happens in about 2 steps. The key to developing this is training what's called acceleration, not just speed. Acceleration is how quickly you can go from slow to fast, and it's trained differently to top-end pace. Here's a simple drill. Mark out a line and stand behind it. Jog slowly for about 10 meters. Then, at a cone, sprint as hard as you possibly can for 5 meters. Then decelerate back to a jog. Repeat. The jog should feel almost lazy. The sprint should feel all out. You're training your body to switch gears violently. Start with 10 repetitions. Rest 2 minutes between each one so the quality doesn't drop. This isn't a fitness drill, it's a skill drill. Quality over quantity. Now here's the advanced layer. Change of pace isn't just fast, slow, fast. It's also about what direction you change pace in. Yamal will often drop his speed coming toward the defender, then change direction and accelerate in the new direction simultaneously. So it's a double change, direction and pace, happening at the same time. That combination is borderline undefendable when executed properly. The defender has to process 2 things at once, and their brain simply can't do it fast enough. One thing to note, this only works if the slowdown looks real. If you fake slow and the defender doesn't buy it, the move fails. So when you slow down, really slow down. Take 2 or 3 genuinely unhurried touches. Let the defender settle. Let them think they've got you. And then go. Here's something that almost no youth coach teaches properly, and it's costing you goals and assists on a weekly basis. The angle at which you approach a defender before a 1v1 completely determines how much space you create when you beat them. Let me explain this clearly because it's slightly technical, but once you get it, you'll never unsee it. When you approach a defender at a straight line, directly at them, you give yourself only 2 options, left or right, and you're splitting the defender's 2 possible response directions evenly. That's fine, but it's 50-50ths. Basically a coin flip. But if you approach the defender at a slight angle, say from their left, you're already forcing their weight to shift to their right to block your most direct path. Now their left side is more open. Now it's not 50-50 anymore. You've already tilted the odds before you've done anything at all. Yamal almost never runs directly at a defender. He curves his approach. He comes from one side at a diagonal, and it forces the defender's weight to commit before the duel has even started. By the time Yamal makes his actual move, the defender is already slightly off balance. Here's the practical version. In your next training session, instead of running straight at the cone representing a defender, approach from a 20 to 30 degree angle. Feel how different it is. Feel how the movement options change. Practice going inside from one angle, outside from another. Mix it up. Make the approach angle part of your decision before you even receive the ball. The other part of positioning that Yamal is incredible at is his starting position. Because he plays on the right side for Barcelona, but is left-footed, he always positions himself slightly inside. He's not standing on the touchline. He's inviting the defender to push him wide. Except that's where Yamal actually wants to be, because he can cut inside onto his stronger left foot and shoot, or he can use his right foot on the outside. He's turned his positioning into a trap. Even if you're right-footed playing on the right wing, you can use this principle. Position yourself so that the defender's easiest option of dealing with you is actually the option that suits you best. Make them do what you want them to do. That's not luck. That's intelligence. And intelligence on a football pitch is a skill you can develop just as much as technique. This is the most underrated skill in football, and it is probably the reason why Yamal can beat defenders who are older, bigger, and more physically powerful than him. Every defender, in every moment of a 1v1, has their weight somewhere. Their weight is either on their left foot, their right foot, or spread evenly. And here's the rule. A defender can only move quickly in the direction away from where their weight is. So if a defender's weight is on their left foot, they can push off and move right quickly. But moving left, they have to shift their weight first. That takes time, and time is exactly what you need. Reading a defender's weight is essentially reading their ability to move. And once you know which way they can't go quickly, you attack that side. Simple in theory, life-changing in practice. How do you read it? You watch their feet. Specifically, you watch their planted foot, the foot that's carrying most of their weight. If you can see the sole of their shoe, that foot is light, meaning the other foot is carrying the weight. You're looking for which foot is pressing harder into the ground. You also watch their knee position. A bent knee over the foot means weight is there. A straighter leg means less weight. Over time, reading this becomes automatic. But in the beginning, you have to consciously train yourself to look for it. Here's how to train this. Find a friend. Stand facing each other. Without a ball, have them shift their weight left and right. Your job is to call out which foot they're heavy on before they move. Just observational training. Do it for 5 minutes. Then add a ball. Have them defend loosely and try to go to whichever side they're heavy on, because that's the side they're slower on. See how often it works. Yamal processes this information in real time, at pace, under pressure, and acts on it within a fraction of a second. That doesn't happen overnight, but it starts with understanding the concept and deliberately looking for it. Start now, and in 6 months you'll be doing it without thinking. There's also a mental side to this that's worth mentioning. When you're in a 1v1, your instinct is to think about what you're going to do. Forget that. Think about what the defender can't do. Find the side they can't get to quickly and take it. You're not attacking their strength. You're attacking their limitation. That's what intelligent dribblers do. That's what Yamal does. Alright, you got the 5 skills. But here's what I really need you to understand before you close this video, because this is the bit that actually separates the players who get better from the players who stay exactly where they are. These skills compound. That's the word. They build on each other. Body manipulation is more effective when you have close control, because the defender knows you can actually do something with the ball once you move them. Your change of pace is more deadly when you've already manipulated the defender's body, because they're already off balance when you accelerate. Your approach angle is more dangerous when you can read their weight, because you're choosing your angle based on where they're already vulnerable. When all 5 skills are working together, you become almost impossible to defend one-on-one. Not because you're doing something exotic, because you've stacked so many problems on top of the defender at once that they simply can't process all of it. Here's your actual training plan. Pick 1 skill per week. Week 1, body manipulation. Do the cone drill every day, 5 days a week, 10 minutes each session. Week 2, close control. The wall drill, 15 minutes a day. Week 3, change of pace. The acceleration drill, 10 reps each session. Week 4, approach angles. Every touch in training, consciously curve your approach. Week 5, reading weight. Every 1v1 in training, look for the planted foot. Then start again, and again, and again. One more thing. Yamal didn't develop these skills watching YouTube. He developed them on the pitch, in training, making mistakes, failing, trying again. You can use this video as a starting point, but the pitch is the classroom. The match is the exam. And consistency, showing up every single day, even when it's boring, even when you feel like you're not improving, is the grade. The gap between you and the best player in your team is probably not physical. It's probably not even technical in the way you think. It's probably in these 5 specific areas: the intelligence of your movement, the sharpness of your touch, the timing of your acceleration, the angle of your approach, and your ability to read the person in front of you. Fix those 5 things, and you'll beat more defenders in the next 6 months than you have in the last 2 years. That's not hype. That's how football actually works. Now go train.